Okay, everyone, this is the Peru Parks Board meeting of May 8th at 5 p.m. It's actually 5:03. Located at the City Hall Chambers. Please call the roll.
Paul,
Yes?
Ray, yes. Green,
Yes.
Guthrie.
Yes.
I had not heard from Joshua. Did you?
I did not.
No, I did not. So
He was out playing with his kids in his yard just about 15
Oh,
minutes ago.
well, he might not have.
I saw him down there, just because I drive through before I come in.
We had something come up which we'll hear about. So I would like to add an addition to the agenda, which would be under old business. So we will have a vote to A, decide whether we want to consider amending the agenda. And if we say yes, then we will have a vote. There will be another motion as to what it is we're going to discuss. So the motion is to amend the agenda. May we have a second?
I'll second.
Please call the roll.
Paul,
Yes?
Ray, yes. Green,
Yes.
Guthrie.
Yes.
Okay. Roll call. The agenda will be, and that will be the instructions for the pickleball. Okay. Minutes of the April meeting. Does anyone have any more corrections? No. Brandy, did you get your agenda?
I did.
Good.
Thank you.
Maybe we should print a few extra if we ever need them.
Oh, yeah. Anybody want one? Like a physical copy?
Do what?
Does anybody want a physical copy?
We always get one, but.
I print one for these guys. I can bring one if you want.
If I need them, they're eventually online, or I can email you.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's always on.
If you ever want one, let me know.
Okay, nobody have any corrections or additions? All right, may we have a motion to accept the minutes of April as written?
So moved.
We always say, I make a motion
Oh, I make a motion.
to accept the minutes.
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
May we have a second?
I'll second.
Please call the roll.
Paul,
Yes?
Ray, yes. Green,
Yes.
Guthrie.
Yes.
Motion to accept the minutes, approved unanimously. Announcements. Does anyone have anything to say? No? Okay. Reports, Clubhouse. Jake?
Clubhouse? Okay. This kind of reminds me of high school, kind of when I was in high school, you know, speech class. You know, you want to, going first is good. You know, instead of sitting in the back of the class and you're at the end and you keep waiting, so, no.
You remember?
I mean, that has nothing to do with what's going to be said, but I just thought I'd throw that in. So,
You remember that far back?
I do remember. It took me a few years to figure out, start raising your hand and go early, instead of sweating it out.
Do you actually have a written copy for us?
I don't have, no, I don't. No.
Could we please always have one?
I guess, yeah, sure,
That would be
sure.
something for all of us, then we
Sure.
have it for our notes.
Okay, all right, sure. Okay, but anyway, the season's kind of really starting to kick in big at the golf course, where weather's breaking, and There's a lot going on, a lot of play, a lot more play. A couple big projects have been, we've had the parking lot paved at the golf course, and that finished up on, they started on last week, Tuesday, the 29th, I believe, and then they finished Friday with all the paving, Gaunt and Sons, and everything went good there. And then the city has got a crew up there. They're, as of today, they were up there. They're marking it off. They're going to start putting lines in the parking lot. So they're going to paint lines and get that all done. They marked today, and they're scheduled maybe to do some painting on it tomorrow. And since tomorrow's Friday, it'll probably go into the first of next week to get it entirely marked and painted. But that's been a big project, and it's turned out very nice, and it's going to be a big asset up there. It looks very nice. And we also added a little extension off of that parking lot to a cart path, about a 32-foot extension, about 9 foot wide, which it comes off of, I don't know if everyone's familiar with number 8T there, where you don't have to keep cutting across the grass and wearing it down, especially when the weather's bad. So it's real close to the clubhouse, where you have access to the clubhouse if you need a restroom break or if you need a snack break after number 7, or even if you quit after number 7. It eliminates it. You're on the path all the way, and it's real clean. So very nice. It turned out real nice. And a lot of members are complimenting it, so it's a plus for the golf course. Another project that we just got approved for construction that they're going to do, not us, but we're going to have a Comcast cable box pedestal run where it's in reach from the pro shop to where if we hook up the cable or internet with that. So we've been in contact with Comcast and doing some pricing, this and that. They came back and they're going to do the construction. It's going to be underground. The closest point is from Strawtown Pike, and the pedestal has to be within 300 feet of the pro shop to be able to use it, and it's not even near that to Strawtown Pike, so we're way off. So Comcast did a study, and they got a hold of a company, and they came and studied it, and they approved it at their cost to have that line run, and it's like a $13,000 cost to have that line run underground. It's going to be all underground, and they'll set a pedestal there. So if we have Comcast, I mean, I think television or whatever it be, or internet, and so we'll be able to hook up to that. It's going to be right there close off of our shelter house. So
will this be Wi-Fi too?
it's possible. Yeah, I mean, we'll have access to, it'll be a hookup right there. So, and then down the road, it'll be available. It's there, so we don't have to. I mean, it's an opportunity. They're going to pay for the construction of it. They're running it all underground.
Improve the signal for everything.
I'm sorry.
They should improve the signal for everything.
Yeah. So, but that's a big thing, and they've just approved the construction of it. Comcast is not doing the construction, but when it's completed, then they'll do any of the hookups and all. So that's been a big thing done. So the other thing is Pro Shop, which is a lot of my responsibility. Is I'm stocking the Pro Shop as much as I can. We're getting golf balls, quarter zips, anything that you need for bucket hats, caps. We're getting them. We've designed a Peru Muni logo that we're using, so it's kind of a little signature thing for us, and it's going good. It's getting very popular, and some proud people are proud to buy them and proud to wear them. So advertising for the Muni and getting the name out there a little bit and getting us back on the map a little bit. So, and with the Pro Shop part of it, a lot of my job is to coordinate and communicate. We got 5 leagues going. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we have a choose up 7 days a week. So a lot of my job is coordinating those leagues. Some of them are front side, back side. Then we have a choose up. It's front side, back side, evening, morning. So, but everything has went great. Everything has been smooth. Everybody's getting along with it and understanding the different adjustments and all. Same with the parking lot. We were unable to use the parking lot for a week, and now another few days this week now because of the markings and all. So we've had to be creative and parking has been a little tricky. I mean, there's not a whole lot of areas there to park without being in the line of a golf ball or something off of another hole or something. So we've had to park in the grass areas, and with that being said, it doesn't look like much damage, any damage has even been done. So everything's it's all working out good. We haven't had, that was a fear of mine a little bit with everybody parking there this last week. It was just going to be muddy and ruts and everything. So even parking out in the front by the sign or along the edge there and everything. So all good there. So.
Well, thank goodness it didn't rain too much and cause mud.
Yeah. We had a couple days there. There was one good one that the next morning I was concerned about, but it seemed to, everything went, wasn't bad. So worked out okay. So, and as outings, we had our first outing on the 26th. We had 27 teams. It was an all-day thing. We separated them, and it was a North Miami outing, and it all went well. And the weather was very, very chilly that day. We had a beautiful day the day before, and the next day was windy, and it was cold. It got better in the afternoon, but it was cold. But it all went. Everybody showed up, and carts. Everybody had carts. Everything was flowing. We had enough carts, and everybody was happy with it. So it went good there. And as of today, as I speak, we have 98 memberships now. So, and of course, my goal now is 100. So I got to find 2 people for sure. I mean, I might have to buy 2 myself. I got to get to 100 somehow. I mean, I'd like to get a lot more, but I'm saying 100 is the first goal now. So, but and we've offered something we did this year. I've discussed and we're offering back. We didn't offer them. We're giving each member bag tags with their names on them, with a Muni logo on it and everything, that they're members of the Peru Municipal Golf Course, and their names on the bag tag, which is a nice. They all appreciate that. And we're going to also get them membership cards to carry, which we had in the past. It just gives you, some ownership. I mean, it doesn't change anything whether you have them or don't have them. But it doesn't to me if I have them or don't have them in the past. But I like it. I mean, it means something. And it means something. Everybody's got one, and everybody's appreciative. So.
Status symbol, having a bag tag.
So. And as far as
How's the food situation going?
pardon?
How's the food situation?
The food situation? I'm glad you brought that up. We, of course, we do hot dogs. That's always been. And we've just got an agreement and something going with Harvey Hinklemeyer's, and we're doing pizzas now. We're not making pizzas. Harvey Hinklemeyer's is making the pizzas and ham sandwiches, and we're getting them from them daily. Whenever we want, we pick them up or they deliver. So we're selling pizzas, and we have a warmer in there. So we're looking for that to be a big plus. So, and so there'll be Harvey Hinklemeyer's pizzas and ham and cheese sandwiches. And
Have you heard anything on the beer and wine permit?
on the alcohol permit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just posted on the window today, which we have to post. So I got the sign today that we have to post it. And I believe the meeting is, I believe it's June 18th is when the board's meeting. So I think that's when we're involved in that meeting. So that it'll be discussed then. So, I mean, there's no yes or no, but we're in for the meeting now. So
Yeah, good.
we're not selling anything yet, but we're ready. We don't have inventory.
Right.
We can't have inventory, but we're doing our end of it to be prepared when it's a go. So
I guess the thing that concerns me is that there's always the right age of staff being at the pro shop to sell the beer and wine.
Yeah.
How old do they have to be for that? 21?
Oh, you mean the help? No. Well,
No?
21 and over is good, but now you can get a restricted license. I believe it's 18 to 20.
Thought it was.
I believe it's 18 to 20. It might be 19 to 20, but the way I've been reading it, it's 18, and a lot of my help has already done that. So they get a restricted license, but along with that goes, a 21-year-old adult has to be on premises or around. I don't know the exactness of it, but we're going to find out the exact, whether, if we have to be on or if in the pro shop. So that, if we have to be there, or just, like if I'm out on the course, or do I have to be in the pro shop? Where a 21-year-old, doesn't mean me, but whoever's 21 that's working there. So, but I think I mentioned in the last meeting that I've tried to reach out to an excise supervisor, and he contacted me back, and he is going to get back with me again, and he gave me a lot of information at that time on the phone, and we're wanting to have a meeting with the help and the employees and whoever else wants to be there, just so we can have a little question and answer session, because, I mean, I have some, and I'm sure that me passing it on is not the exact, and so we want to all learn as much as we can. We want to try to do it as right as we can, start off, so.
Yeah, the letter of the law, I guess, is
Yeah.
how I would say that.
So,
Good.
and that's all I have for you. I'm to tell you that Gary will not be here tonight, so that's.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yep.
Oh, no, I didn't get that.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, you got it, okay.
He said he wasn't going to be here.
Okay. Golf course. Let's read through that. Hmm.
Are the leagues aware that the irrigation starts in June? The leagues you have every week and how the irrigation project's going to start, are they?
I think Gary put in there that it says he's got it starting on the June the 1st. The last I heard it was the middle of June, and so I just read
Are
that.
the leagues aware, though, that that's coming? Like your normal Monday, Tuesday leagues?
All the leagues and all?
Yeah.
That's something, that's again, that's just like the parking lot. I'm going to have to deal with it. I'm going to have to deal with that we may have 17 holes. They say they're going to do it at a hole at a time.
Right.
And if they did it a hole at a time, that'd be great, if that's what it is. But, I mean,
I have a feeling one will be ending as the next is
exactly.
getting started,
Yeah,
so.
if it's just one, that would be great. But
Yeah.
I'm going to have to, and the leagues are going to have to understand it, and I will communicate and coordinate with them. I mean, about everybody knows the
It's
irrigation
coming.
system's coming, and the only one that I really kind of worried about was, with that coming when I first started, was we have North Miami golf team, home team.
Yeah.
So by that time, it's about over
Should
with.
be over.
I mean, we're in sectional time by the time that'll start, so home matches are kind of whatever. So usually when you have a match, you're playing 9 holes or 18 holes. So I was kind of wondering where we're going to cut it off and where you're going to cut it off. But the other thing is the outings. We're going to have to figure out if they want to play an extra hole or how they want to do it, their 18th hole somewhere, or maybe a couple holes. I don't know where it's going to be
Right.
yet. Yeah, it'll be some communicating and some coordinating, but we'll get it.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Well, I'm good with this. Everyone else?
Yep.
Okay. Moving on, Cliff.
Yes, we are still have a little bit of equipment to finish up from winter. We have done all the break-in service on all the new equipment that's came in already. We're still waiting on a greens mower yet, but the other 4 pieces are good to go. We've got a little spring cleanup to finish, almost done with that. We've got a couple hazard trees left to remove once I get my bucket truck fixed. There's one at Lower Park by the playground that I gotta get. Splash pad is in progress. They were pulling topsoil today, piling it up. Silt fence is in. Other than that, that's all the progress so far on that one. We've been working on Riverwalk restrooms. They are pretty much done. We opened them up today. There's some little detail stuff left to do. And then the exterior we have to finish as well.
Says thoughts on restroom exterior
Yes,
paint.
my issue with that is it's got all that artwork that was hand painted. And to do that ourselves is not feasible. I would have to have a guy half the summer there hand painting all that, and we just don't have the labor to do it. I thought about having the interns do it, but my issue is, from what I've seen on what they've painted in the past, it's extremely sloppy. And I've emailed the mayor about it, I haven't had a return email, but my thought is just to go with a solid color. Then if I get graffiti or any issues and I have one color, I just slap some paint on and away I go.
I agree.
It does need doing.
What's that?
It does need doing.
Oh, yeah, I mean, 25 years ago it was painted.
Okay. I don't remember who did that.
Yeah,
I don't
who
know
did
if
the
it was
artwork?
the
It
school or what.
I don't either.
No, I've no recollection.
I
Said
agree.
we-
Keep it easy for
Yeah.
you, Cliff.
Yeah.
Right.
Just do a,
That's my
Plain
plan.
coat.
Solid color,
Perfect, I
and
like
then
it.
if,
we can open it up later, do a
you know.
school
yeah,
art
if
thing
somebody
and
wants
let
to
some kids
volunteer to
go, but
down there.
Well, we've done a bunch of artwork with schools with trash cans now.
Right.
yeah.
Especially McQuantaquah's done a bunch of them, and those are nice, because if something happens to them and they're bad at some point, they're
Someone
gone.
else can
On
do
a
it.
building, it's a little
Yeah.
different.
I think for the summer, you just do a coat and then we can get some students or some volunteers maybe and
We'll worry about it later.
get through the
Yep.
summer
I
and
agree.
just go from there.
There was a leak down in by the softball concession stand. We got that wrapped up a couple weeks ago. We planted, actually, I think we planted 9 trees at Davis. One is now gone already. The children have yanked one out.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
But no camera yet?
No. Well, and to be able to tell who it really was and all that.
Right.
We'll see how that goes when
But
it
we
happens.
did have a conversation. I went and planted a tree with the mayor, well, 2 trees, and asked about a camera, and he said he thought that was a good idea, and he was going to take that in hand. So there should be a camera.
The camera program is kind of a multi-year process. So they added a bunch last year, and they're adding more this year and more the following, so.
Well, it wasn't made clear to me whether that was imminent or down the road. I didn't think to ask that.
I don't know as well.
Maybe you could find out?
I will.
Just as a side issue, did you know, we found this out from the mayor's assistant, that Davis Park used to be a school?
Yes. I have a
I never
picture.
knew, yes, I saw the picture. I never knew that. Did you know that? No. It used to be a school. Now, when I did a little Googling on it, I found absolutely nothing. There was nothing about the Davis Park School, because it was a pretty big building.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Because Cliff, when they were digging the holes, they were coming up with bits of brick. Yeah,
We find all kinds of different stuff digging in the parks.
yeah.
Also at Davis, the street department took out those 2 large trees for us down there at the one end, and at some point, we're going to get those ground and get that section of sidewalk replaced. There was a large debris pile at the Rotary Park, got that taken care of. We hauled some compost for the master gardeners down there. They've got some plantings done that are looking good, and they're going to continue planting. For the remainder of the season, we've got annuals coming up on Riverwalk planters. Hopefully pick those out tomorrow, pick them up next week. Then I've got 15 knockout roses to replace on the streetscape on Broadway. Continue working on equipment as usual. Interns start in June. I've got to get them lined up. We almost have all the picnic tables painted. There's a couple more pavilions that need done. But I think after this year, I should have all picnic tables, all pavilions, just about everything repainted. So that'll be good.
And just remember, when you go to replace paint, you can buy anything you like as long as it's not green.
Well, I'm not changing color on picnic tables.
Well, as long as we have something that has a bit of colour.
Okay.
Because this constant green is a bit much.
I got to do a little bit of work on that drainage on Park Drive. A new little spring popped up on me, so I got to deal with that at some point. It's nothing serious. We've got to finish planting the trees that are left from that project. Splash pads in progress, Rotary Park's in progress. At some point, once they get caught up, we're going to help with some drainage and a fence at the golf course. And then we'll still have the concession stand to wrap up as well. We got a little bit of a start on that, but as soon as we get done with the restroom, we'll be able to work on that a little more on rain days.
My goodness, that's quite a list.
It's been busy.
I can tell.
Well, not only that, I opened the parks, I opened up a campgrounds, and then I planted a 3,000 square foot garden all in the past month.
Right.
So
Oh,
it's been sun up to sundown every day.
Glad for punishment.
all right, moving on to old business. We voted to discuss a new item in old business. Clifford sent me an email that he got from
It was
someone.
It was a text from Barb.
From Barb, who handles the pickleball. And there were people in there with their children riding bikes, and there was a dog who was tied to the fence with food and water. And he asked if we had changed and reposted the rules on the new pickleball course. So I went back and looked, and we had sent the mayor's assistant the new rules that we did approve, but they were not the ones that are there at the moment. So I
There's
talked.
nothing up there right now.
So I talked with the mayor's assistant this afternoon and resent him what we had previously approved in September. I think it was September. And I asked if he would send it to the traffic department, who print new signage. And he said he would take care of doing that. So I can't imagine it's going to be too long before you receive word that
Yeah,
there
they're
is
working on
signage
that.
for the door.
They're working on that parking lot. They got a couple signs done for me for the men's and women's restroom signs for Riverwalk. So I got to talk to them tomorrow anyway, so I'll touch base with them.
Right. Carson, do you actually have that? I didn't bring my phone today.
I've got it.
There were just 3 or 4 things. If you would like to reread them, please.
Courts are for pickleball use only. All players must have on shoes. No glass containers, pets, or food allowed on the courts. If other players are waiting and courts are full, take turns after each 11-point game. Games can exceed 11 points in order to win by 2. In case of emergency, call 911.
They were just generic. We wanted them not too specific. So that's what we've asked for. So hopefully, by the next meeting, they will have been printed and put up by Claire. All right. New business. Groundbreaking for the splash pad. I went on Friday. Was it Friday?
Yes.
And it was dry.
Yeah.
It really was dry. A bit windy, but it was dry. We had a good turnout. It was on time, and a couple of shovels each, got our pictures taken.
You were on
And-
Facebook.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't do Facebook.
Facebook famous.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, they never tell us the pictures. I mean, it wasn't. I haven't
Well,
looked
there
at
was
this.
a photographer there. He went around the parks
Oh,
and took a
yeah.
bunch of pictures. That were-
Yeah, but I
I'll
haven't
send
looked
you
through
yours.
oh, okay. I haven't looked through the paper to see if it was in there. Mind you, we only get the paper, once a week.
Yeah.
I haven't looked in that. Anyway, it was a nice event. I think it's going well. Previous mayor was there. He was happy to see the whole thing getting started, and it is supposed to be completed by the early part of August. Unfortunately, with the whole process, there was no way they could get everything in hand to finish it up by Circus Week, which is a bit of a shame, but the most important thing is that it is A, started, and B, funded, and C, will be finished, at least for part of this year. So I think that was a really good thing. We did plant trees for Earth Day in Davis Park, and as you said, one's already been yanked out, poor thing.
Yep, little children.
Okay.
Well, it had to have been not little children, teenage children, I'm sure, 'cause
Yeah, well, let's hope they've had their fun and we'll leave the rest. Electrify them. That's what we need.
I'd like to electrify because they tend to go underneath it from the alley
Right.
to shortcut, and they break our ties on the fence, and then every once in a while, the whole half the fence will be down on the ground in the alley, and we gotta
I just hope somebody doesn't hurt themselves.
we gotta take three people down there and put it all back up,
Yeah.
and why somebody goes through and puts it all back
There's
up.
one there and one.
Well, there's only the one entrance on the other side of the street.
There's one on Fifth, but then
Oh.
isn't there one right there on the corner of that alley in Maine?
Yes, yes. There's two entrances. There's three entrances, but the bigger gates are locked, so no automobiles or whatever can go in.
Okay. Okay. But that was very nice as well, we did that. All right. Item number 7, comments. Does anyone have anything to say? No? Not today.
Also on the Friday of the splash pad, they unveiled the name of the eagle.
Oh, yes, that was right. I didn't go to that. I
did.
just couldn't squeeze that into my
I
morning.
did.
You did?
I
Oh,
did.
good. And is it Talon?
Talon, yeah.
Talon, so the eagle is called
And
Talon.
they had the Elmwood kids there
Saw.
Pick the-
that class.
Oh, that was nice.
That all went well, yes. It
Yeah,
was
it-
very similar on time, good turnout.
I heard a lot of people say they like the kids.
Yeah.
Like it was good to see the kids there.
Well, they were the ones that picked the
Yeah.
name, you know, it was meaningful to them.
And they were like a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not their picture
they
there.
are the ones that got to pull the
Oh, the unveiling,
unveiling, yeah.
like the Queen?
Mhm.
I knew.
It was cute.
And
The Queen Mother did my high school. Yes, she came and did that. The silver shovel was up on the wall, and her cord was up on the wall. Any other comments? Nobody has anything else to say? The next meeting is June 12th at 5 p.m. here in the City Chambers. And if there is nothing else and we have completed our agenda, we are adjourned.